Welcome, and thank you, Anne and her team, for putting on this lovely event. To put some context around what the network does, our mission is to increase the awareness, quality, and availability of adult day programs in our county. Sounds pretty straightforward. But what I've learned over the 6 or 7 years that I've been involved with this group is that it's a very well-kept secret. I'm not involved in social services or anywhere in the medical community. I didn't have a family member that actually attended one of our programs. I'm actually here because I didn't have a family member attend one of these programs, but I did have a family member who could have, but I didn't know anything about it. And so one of our goals is to change that, and how can we go about doing that? So building a community awareness, this is a little more about what I do in my day job. I'm a marketing person. And we went out and talked to folks and understood kind of what the general community knows or doesn't know about our program. And so when we talked to them, one of the things that came back is every time I told them about the Adult Day Service Network of Alameda County, they would kind of go, the what? So the name is not easy to talk about and therefore not easy to remember. So that was the first thing that we wanted to wrestle with. The second thing is that some of the professionals know about us, but the general community doesn't. And just like healthcare, the more you know about it, the more you know what to ask for. And the last thing, which is certainly very important, is that we will continue to advocate. You saw the numbers are coming down the road. We have a silver tsunami upon us, and we need a way to wrestle with this. And so one of our goals is actually to increase the capacity. And I hope within the next year, you're going to see about a 15% increase in capacity across all our centers, which is all very exciting. So without further ado and much work, we have a new name to introduce. And you are the first people to hear this name, okay? And the new name is DayBreak. So the obvious first benefit of this is that it is simple to say. And so instead of having to say ASNAC, which sounds a lot like Aflac, we actually can now say DayBreak. Right? The second thing, which really was captured in the video, is that it is a very energizing renewal feeling when you hear that name, and that's what you see in our centers. The next thing in reality is that the play on words of DayBreak really fits the caregiver respite, which we provide for our families, and also the opportunity for participants just to get out of the house, because getting out of the house is actually very therapeutic. So with our new name, we reached out to Hélène Coté, who is here, who's a very talented creative director, and we sat down with her and we explained what we do. And she helped us create a new identity, or a new logo, as people may think of it. And she did, in one design, she delivered many messages that capture what our centers do. So as you're going to see the final piece of artwork, it's made up of all these different messages. So the sun and the sun is for the day, the heart is for the care. And then when she realized that we were really talking not just about the participant, but about the caregiver, she created, in a very abstract way, a second heart that represents the heart of the caregiver. And she took that and turned it into a hand that represents the next set of hands that help the caregiver. And finally, that hand turned into a bird, which represents the freedom that both the caregiver and the participant actually enjoy because of our programs. So when you put that all together, this is our new identity. So you see our new name, DayBreak. You see the piece of art that represents those layers of meaning. And you see a new descriptor, adult care centers, which allows us to really focus on what differentiates us from the other elements in the continuum of care. There are nursing homes and there is home care, but there are also these centers, these communities that you can go to every day. And as you saw in the video, and they talked about going out and enjoying the blue sky and being out in the world, we want to create a welcoming call of action that says, come brighten your day. Come to one of our centers.